pledge allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Welcome to the March 7th Des Moines County Board of Supervisors meeting. We'll be starting off with, are there any changes to the tentative agenda?
I have none.
Okay, meet with department heads and elected officials. We'll start in the front. Jared Lasker, land use.
Good morning. I don't have anything on the agenda today. I do know we're have a subdivision, like a larger multi-lot residential subdivision that we did a preliminary plat for back in 2021. That took a little while to get going because just to get the road installed for serving the lots there. That's finally in progress now, but should be seeing the final plat here within the next month or so. Apart from that, just pretty much ordinary, keeping business, keeping busy with land use inquiries and permits. That's all I have for today.
Chris Lee, conservation. What do you got?
Good morning. Not a lot really. We got the email yesterday from the state regarding our grant for the campground. We're just waiting to get through the administration of that. The State Historic Preservation Office wants some archaeology studies, or archaeology study to be done. That's a little problematic in that it's been our contention that the entire park has been studied. And so we've got some administration and some bureaucracy to work through on that one. But at least that means that people are reviewing our files and this thing is still moving along. So that's a good thing. So we'll keep cranking away on that and keep that project moving. We're still cautiously optimistic that we're going to see construction start this calendar year on
You might not be the first entity that's had a problem with SHPO.
that. Yeah, the state headquarters of project obstruction. So.
Woo! All right. Colin Gerst, IT.
Just keeping busy like always. I got a work session here after the board meeting. Been real super busy here this last week, or last couple weeks really, with the whole Motorola public safety software rollout. It's definitely been keeping us running around pretty quick, pretty fast. Going pretty well. Definitely a learning curve for each of the offices and entities. But that's pretty much it.
Sheriff Kevin Glendinning.
Good morning. So as Colin stated, we rolled out Motorola last week. That's our record management system and computer-aided dispatch. So that's a county-wide system that keeps track basically of all our records. Everything from law enforcement records to dispatch records, call histories, and even personnel records. So it's a very large change. Really, overall, it went really well. When Colin says he was busy, he was by far the busiest person in the county, I think. I mean, it was just, we asked a lot, and every little hurdle we ran into, we needed Colin's help, and the hurdles were small, but there was a lot of them. But we got over them with IT and everybody else's efforts, and it went really well. So we're happy with where it's at. We still have some things to work out, but overall, with a project that size, it's going pretty well. We met with the hospitals yesterday. We're just working on some collaboration on what we can do better for mental health treatment, what we can do better when we're bringing out committals or emergency committals, and what they can do better and how we can do this together. In the end, there's just a shortage of the inpatient and high-level care beds, and we're just looking for ways to fix that so they don't end up in our jail, which is where we seem to end up when there's no other option. So as we work through that, I think we have a really good partnership going. We're willing to work together, and hopefully we'll come up with some answers. Our jail population was 91 this morning. and we have 16 out of county. That's about it from the sheriff's office.
Do you ever get them 8 sent up to Oakdale?
It's kind of a revolving door, so we probably have several of those sent up, and we have another 8 waiting. So it's just kind of the standard that we're at. I can forward you gentlemen a letter that we got back from the DOC. We submitted some questions, and it's the answers are pretty broad as far as what they're going to do and what their plans are. But we'll see how it all goes. But it does appear that that transition's going to happen, and I'm not sure where we will see improvement or when.
If you forward that, that'd be great.
Absolutely.
Any other questions for Kevin? Ken Hyman, Seal Region.
Yeah, we have our SEAL meetings tomorrow at 9 o'clock. We have a group called Mosaic that's gonna present on host homes. So they do host homes, and they're trying to do more host homes in Iowa. They're not really in the SEAL region right now, but they would like to be. And so we're gonna listen to a host home program in the morning tomorrow. And then advisory board meets at 11 for their monthly meetings, children's and adult. And then governing board meets at 1:30. And then I plan to go to ISAC Spring Conference Thursday and Friday, along with many others from the county. And we'll learn a lot just getting together on a statewide basis to hear what's going on. The only other thing I can think of right now is we have RFPs out for those core services, and we've had some responses to those RFPs, and those all go through regional planning. And so at our next management team meeting, regional planning is gonna talk to us about the scoring on some of the people that responded to our RFPs. So that'll be exciting to see. That's all for now.
County Attorney, Lisa Shaver.
We're busy as usual. I did sign the participation agreements for the second settlement in the opioid national settlement. I think they're hoping, I think all of the participation agreements are due by April 18th. I know I participated in a Zoom meeting last week. I think they're hoping if they have as good a response as they did the first time, which I'm sure they will, that we should be seeing additional monies coming in by hopefully the end of the summer. We had a meeting for how to spend that money, and we're gonna have another one on March 17th. So we have a couple of good ideas, we just kind of are ferreting around the logistics of it before we present it to the board. You'll be happy to know, Mr. Carey, that one of our young men in the detention center is going to be headed to Oakdale.
Good.
But then they arrested another one yesterday that'll probably be sitting there for quite some time. A co-defendant in a shooting that we had.
Then that revolving door.
But it's, yeah, we will be down, we will still be at 2, but not 3, so.
Yeah.
The young man that got sent yesterday, I'm assuming they'll get him up probably by the end of the week. As of yesterday, it was 388 days in the detention facility. He was there on a robbery on an armed robbery case from last February. So we finally got him sentenced. But then, like I said, we arrested another 16-year-old that we've been looking for the last several months and happened to find him. So he was involved in a shooting of 2 people, along with a co-defendant who's sitting down there.
16, shooting people.
Well, the other co-defendant was 15 when he was shooting people.
Did we have at least one day in between where he went out and he came in?
No, actually, right now they're both in there.
I was hoping we saved $160.
No, the one will be leaving probably, my guess is the jail will be setting up his departure time for Oakdale for later this week. But I just want to let you know, we did get one of them out. We just brought another one.
Yeah, well, that's good, keep off the street.
Terry is in jury trial again. This will be our 3rd district court jury trial this year, and it is our 3rd sexual abuse jury trial this year. So she has been worth her weight in gold, and is hopefully going to be taking a well-deserved vacation at the end of May. She's been a very busy lady this year.
Thank you. My bubble got broke.
I'm trying. We've been really trying to get this kid arrested for a long time, so I was very happy to see it.
15 and 16. Wow.
Shot a 15-year-old and a 20-year-old.
Okay. Oh,
I know, I'm gonna
bad
rain on your
news,
parade
man.
again this week, sorry.
Jeez, man. I'll get to be see like Cheryl McVeigh.
Listening to Lisa, that you guys are gonna set the time and date for the budget amendment, which $200,000 of that is for juvenile detention, so there you go. I'll just follow up on the cost of all this, so.
Thank you, El Director.
Yeah. Budgets are trickling in. We've received 6 of the township budgets in. They're done. We got SCC's budget this morning, so we got the Kingston Sanitary District yesterday. So they're starting to trickle in. They have till the end of April, so staying busy.
As usual, thank you, appreciate it. Krista Poggemiller, Health Department.
Good morning. We're keeping busy. We're working with the schools to try to set up clinics for immunizations with kindergarten roundup coming up, so just staying busy.
Sarah Marie, Auditor.
Good morning. Just trying to get payroll rolled out before we leave for ISAC this week. That's about it. Keeping busy as usual.
Brian Carter, County Roads.
Good morning. I would remind everybody, although it is closed now, so I'm sure a fair number of people are already aware, but that Bridgeport Road is now closed. Contractor moved in and started right off the bat Monday morning. So they're doing pavement removal as we speak. I think they're going to kind of work in segments from what we understand. But either way, it's good to get that project going. Good time of year. The weather's turned out very good for that type of work at the moment. So that's going on. Also, it's kind of early, but we started our rocking program. If the weather's gonna act like it's springtime, I guess we'll cooperate, and that's good for us because that frees up bodies at the end of the year if everything goes smooth earlier than we normally get them. So if you hear about that, we do have our semis running and laying down rock. So attended a legislative forum in Wapello on Saturday. I'll let Tom speak to that if he wishes, but Tom happened to be there, and Adam Shutt, the Wisa County engineer, was there, and then there's probably another 10, maybe 15, but I'm not sure, but they had it at the Wapello City Council or City Hall building, and it was 2/3 full, I'd say, with the seating they had. So listened to Representative Collins and Senator Lofgren just kind of give updates, I guess. Spoke to them briefly. Kind of interesting to hear little different takes from the Senate side and the House side as to kind of their opinion of whether something has a chance or not, I guess. And obviously there's some major topics going on up there when you start talking about the bill, talking about getting rid of the lost, and also the bills that put some caps on levies and some other stuff. So who knows out of all that, but that kind of took the middle out of Saturday. And then we are advertising for a job opening in our office. I don't know that I have high hopes that we'll find somebody necessarily, but that's the kind of bring in kind of an inspector technician position, kind of the backside of Dave Lloyd retiring, get our office back up to that full capacity. So we'll see what happens, if we can get some or not. Other than that, plenty of stuff going on, but that kind of hits the high points.
Thomas, you got anything you want to add on that Saturday?
Well, I think I know a senator now that won't ever invite me to have lunch with him. Right, he said, "You guys want to come along?" So yeah, we did. It was, I expressed our feelings about the Department of Corrections and the effect some of that is having on local law enforcement functions, and Ryan said we discussed property taxes and
Wide range of stuff.
I am preparing an Excel spreadsheet at home, even as we speak, to email said senator. So yeah, it was good. It was nice to have Brian and Adam there to address some of the secondary road issues affected by that. So.
And Thomas, thanks for showing up, holding it down. Okay, moving right along to correspondence. Does anybody have any correspondence? I have. Okay, takes us 5A is a resolution setting time and date of SF 634 total maximum property tax dollars public hearing. Be it resolved, the Board of Supervisors hereby fixes the time and place for a public hearing on the total maximum property dollar public hearing for Tuesday, March 28, 2023 at 9 a.m. in the boardroom at the Des Moines County Courthouse. The Des Moines County Budget Director is hereby directed to publish the notice and estimated summary as required by law. This resolution shall take effect immediately. Approved the 7th day of March 2023. Can I get a motion on that?
Motion to approve the resolution.
Second. Moved and second. Sarah Marie?
Tom Broker?
Yes.
Jim Carrey?
Yeah.
Shane McCampbell?
Yes. You want to say anything, Cheryl Mack?
No, we'll wait for the public hearing.
Uh, 5B is a resolution 2023-012 setting time and date of FY23 budget amendment. Be it resolved, the Board of Supervisors hereby fixes the time and place for a public hearing on the FY23 budget amendment for Tuesday, March 28, 2023 at 9 a.m. in the boardroom at the Des Moines County Courthouse. The Des Moines County Budget Director is hereby directed to publish the notice and estimated summary as required by law. This resolution shall take effect immediately. Approved the 7th day of March 2023. And this is for the budget amendment hearing. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and second. Sarah Marie?
Jim Carrey?
Yeah.
Tom Broker?
Yes.
Shane McCampbell?
Yep. Next, we have accounts payable claims. We have accounts payable claims for 3/7/23 and the amount of $226,695.23, all in checks.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Moved in second. Sarah Marie?
Tom Broker?
Yes.
Jim Carrey?
Yeah.
Shane McCampbell?
Yes. D, payroll reimbursement claims. We have reimbursements for $216.73, zero and non-cash taxable. That's it. Can I get a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Moved and second. Sarah Marie?
Tom Broker?
Yes.
Jim Carrey?
Yeah.
Shane McCampbell?
Yes. The exciting stuff. We come to E. And this is the Rural Resident Cleanup. The Des Moines County Board of Supervisors is sponsoring a countywide rural cleanup beginning Monday, April 10th through Saturday, June 10th, 2023. The Des Moines County Landfill Recycling Center will accept at no charge to rural Des Moines County residents the following items: lawnmowers, bicycles, tin roofing, metal cabinets, bed springs and rails, swing sets, metal fencing, other metal items, sofas and chairs, mattresses, clothing not suitable for donation, rugs and carpets, tables, and toys. Note, no tires of any size, and no electronic items, none. Computer monitors and televisions, for example, will be accepted during this cleanup. Everybody knows, but we're just letting you know again. I'm gonna read that again. No tires of any size, no electronic, are you getting that? Are you getting this? And no electronic items, computer monitors and televisions, for example, will be accepted during this cleanup. Landfill hours are 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. The recycling center will be taking appliances during this cleanup, refrigerators, freezers, washers, dryers, air conditioners, and stoves. And all refrigerators and freezers must be empty, please. The recycling center is 1818 West Avenue in Burlington, and you need an appointment for those drop-offs. Again, the materials that are not included for free are tires of any size. It's going to cost you. You want to speak on this, Brian? I'll read through and then I'll let you speak on it. But tires of any size, demolition material, lumber and wood, auto parts, televisions, computer monitors, and garbage. That's not included. Brian?
I don't know why garbage wouldn't be included, being as that's
It's trash.
well over half of the crap we find. This is a great program, first let me start. I mean, I don't have any statistics as to how much stuff lands in the landfill with this program compared to in the ditches. It certainly doesn't stop everything. I think part of the dumping we experience is convenience more than it is cheapness, I guess, or cheapness maybe isn't the right word to put it, but then part of it is probably people don't want to spend the money. I do want to harp though, I think that our system could be a whole lot more friendly towards getting rid of the appliances and the TVs. TVs are a very common thing and they sit really well on the shoulder of a road when people don't want to screw around with trying to get an appointment during what I consider to be relatively unfriendly hours. For somebody to have an appointment, not just show up during those hours. To me, that's a system that I have thought was poorly done for a long time. I still think it's poorly done. So it's unfortunate that not so much part of this program, but overall, there's not an easier way for people to be able to unload that stuff because we get plenty of those also, fridges, freezers, and TVs. But it is a good program. It gives people that opportunity to not only take their stuff, but there are people out there that also will go clean up stuff because they're sick of looking at it. I get those calls actually as much as I do anything is, you care if I stop and throw this stuff in the dump? Normally it's, you guys need to come get this, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, but somebody will get rid of it. And so that's always appreciated. It's just somebody taking pride in being tired of looking at whatever is there. So, and there's a lot of people out there like that. You don't hear from a lot of them. But no, it's a good program. I'm glad we've continued to do it. It seems like the credits have always held up. I don't think we've ever had to shut it down from what I'm aware of. So I really do think it's a good thing to give that opportunity. It doesn't make it a perfect situation. Eventually, if they can figure out how to streamline that other side of it, tires are certainly a factor. I'm not sure why. Tires seem to fly over the side of bridges really well. Seems to be a common spot. It'd be nice if there was an easier place for those to go to also.
Fish habitat.
Yes. That is, I guess that is one possibility.
Like the
So-
old full of,
Yeah,
DNR put them out there.
amazing how they hop right over that bridge rail. But, so, anyway, yeah, it's a good program. I'm glad we're doing it, and I hope we are able to keep it going for a long time.
I'd second what he says. Just yesterday, my guys were heading down south of town, Salt Lake City Road, to go clean out wood duck boxes, and they spent more time picking up stuff off the side of the road than they did actually doing the jobs. And there was probably no less than half a dozen TVs in that pile down through that 1.5 mile stretch of gravel road down there. So
I would call it our number one thing. I really would. It's mind-boggling that it's so difficult to make happen. When you think about the hours or only the times that most people work, and then you have to have an appointment.
Right.
I don't know. It's-
And what, you cost $15 on top of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's the deal breaker as much as convenience. I guess I don't know. So,
Chris, where you made your mistake, you should have called County Road, had them pick that. And you guys would have got your work done.
Yeah.
we would have eventually picked it up. I mean,
Yeah,
it's not our
and
priority.
they have, I mean, there's been times where stuff's, I mean, big stuff that, we need machines to pull out of there. And I know the citywide cleanup's coming up, I think, was April 22nd or something.
That's right, that is.
So there'll be a lot of folks out plowing the roads, picking things up, both in the city and out in the county. I mean, our roads are pretty horrendous right now, just right down Highway 34, good lord. And so, but, to Brian's point, those electronics, I mean, we end up with stacks and stacks of them up in our shop, and then we'll take a day, we'll call, make an appointment, and just end up having to get rid of it after we reach critical mass. And it's expensive.
You know, when we had that one electronic pickup a few years ago, out, what, had a couple semi-loads of stuff, or whatever they had. Have you noticed that it's picked up since then? Because there for a while, there wasn't much trash in the road.
To me, it's kind of just steady and random. I wouldn't say I've seen it pick up. It's just steady and random. It goes in spurts. I don't know. I can't claim like warm weather kind of thing for crime, but it just for some reason all of a sudden they start to show up. And then maybe you'll have a lull or move to a different spot. I don't think there's a rhyme or reason that I can identify.
Just for the record, again, city cleanup is coming up as well, so there's no need to try to take advantage of this and put your city stuff out in the county roads. Everybody's gonna get their opportunity to get rid of their stuff. We do this every year, so this one is rural. Can I get a motion to approve this?
So moved.
Second.
Moved in second, Sarah Marie?
Jim Carrey,
Yes.
Tom Broker,
Yes.
Shane McCampbell.
Yes.
I would note a little bit on the tail end of that, because I want to give some credit to Kevin's deputies. If there is an opportunity to find a name, I've seen a little bit more aggression on that side of it. It doesn't always work out that way, obviously, but if you just find a half dozen bags of trash, a lot of times that person's not smart enough to remove the information in there, and there has been communication between us, and they've come out and verified, and obviously you don't witness them throwing it out, so it puts it in a tough spot, but typically a call from a deputy saying either you're gonna come clean this up and take it to the landfill, or we're gonna write you a ticket, typically gets activity and gets cleaned up, and I think that goes a long ways. If nothing else, it might stop that one person. Next time, they might be an habitual, so.
We have no tolerance on it if we can prove that it's them.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if we have some struggles there, we will tell them that we'll assess the fees to clean up. Because, I mean, sometimes we'll get whole loads of shingles.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
dumped somewhere, and the amount of work that is involved in cleaning that mess up. If we can get that cleaned up, then we'll push them to do that, and a lot of times they will. But if we can identify them and get them to clean it up, we're gonna charge it as well.
So credit to them too, when an opportunity arises.
I throw Brian's name in line before I drop mine, so I'm good.
We've got eyes on
Very
Paul.
good. I'm good.
We've had a trail on him for quite a while.
All right. Well, let's move right along then. Now we're on 5F, appointment to Civil Service Commission. Des Moines County Board, I can't read this one. I'm gonna have you read that one, please.
This letter is informed you that Sarah Doty was approved as personal director, acting as secretary for the Des Moines County Civil Service Commission. Her term expired on 1/31/2023. She is requesting to be reappointed. Her term will expire on 1/31/2029. Please approve this appointment of Sarah Doty as personal director, acting as secretary for the Des Moines County Civil Service Commission. Thank you, Des Moines County Civil Service Commission. Judy Brack, Joe Berger and Fiona Greer.
Motion to approve the civil service appointment.
I will second that.
Moved in second. Sarah Marie?
Tom Broker?
Yes.
Jim Carrey?
Yes.
Shane McCampbell?
Yes.
Thank you, Sarah, for doing that.
You're welcome.
We certainly appreciate Sarah on that board. She's done an amazing job and appreciate everything she's done. I think there's a member on that board that's expressed maybe that she would like to move on and do some other things and might have to find a replacement for that. Not
Yeah.
certain if that's.
August is when that's up, so
Okay.
we'll need to work on that.
Gotcha.
I've got a great candidate that may be, they're looking for some boards to be on. Very good candidate, so I'll have to mention that.
I'm not sure if that position, Lisa's office would have one appointed position and then the board has two.
Okay.
I think it's a board.
Is it?
I think so. I'll have to double check, but when I was looking at it the other day, I think.
Okay, 5G's Courthouse South Parking Lot bid, Brian Carter.
Full disclosure, this is Rodney's project. Unfortunately, Rodney's under the weather. And, maybe that was Rodney chiming in right there. I'm not sure.
Rodney, you still there?
Well, Rodney, you can butt in anytime you want. You won't bother me. So, he texted me this weekend, asked if I could, sit in with Sarah on the bid opening. I think maintenance is a little thin because of being some sickness rolling through right now, and it's no problem for me. So, we did the bid opening yesterday at 10:30. Had two bids, competitive bids. Low bid, or I'm gonna call it a parent low bid at this point, I guess, since we don't have a contract together, was Jones Contracting. That would be the same contractor that is the prime contractor on our Bridgeport paving project, to give you an idea. They're kind of a semi-local paving contractor. Daly was the other bidder, but the low bid was $123,777, so $123,777. All things considered, came in fairly close to the estimate, came in a little bit over. One of the parking lots came in within a couple $100s of our estimate. The other parking lot came in over that. And then we had some sidewalk in it that we didn't have in the original estimate. So we knew it was gonna be a little over no matter what, but Tom was down here yesterday and he thought that it was gonna be close enough that in the end it might work out. That's kind of a decision for you guys and Rodney. Becky's working on putting a contract together. We'll kind of, since Rodney's down and out, we'll kind of work on trying to get signatures from the contractor and possibly have this on the agenda for next Tuesday for approval, if that's the way everybody wants to go. I think in a side conversation yesterday when my assistant Devin spoke to Pat Jones, letting him know we were gonna be coming for signatures, just to give him a heads up, cause he needs to get his insurance and stuff together also. He mentioned that he was hoping to start sooner than later. We don't have a time frame. We didn't talk that seriously about it, but it sounds like he's kind of looking to start, so. We'll know more as we move on, and hopefully next week there's an item for a contract on your agenda. We can pull all that off, so.
All right. Moving on to personnel actions. We have one personnel action for the correctional center. It's for Angela Coy. Title is correctional officer full-time. That's her 6-month step increase, moving from $41,362.40 a year to $42,429.10 per year.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Moved in second. Sarah Marie?
Tom Broker?
Yes.
Jim Carrey?
Yes.
Shane McCampbell?
Yes.
I'm gonna get going, dude.
There's Rodney.
There's Rodney. Next, we have reports, the recorder's reports, fees collected for February 23, the jail stats, December 2022, Veterans Affairs Monthly Reports, February 2023, and the Sheriff's Monthly Report as well. I just wanted to, I didn't want to skip past this, I just wanted people to see the charges on this. But this is from February 1st to February 28th, but sheriff's fees totaling, with sheriff's fees and mileage totaling $10,444, for room and board, $5,504, and interest $8.48, for a total of $15,952.25. It's not cheap. Crime is not cheap. It costs. So, just want people to be mindful of that. Can I get a motion to, oh, and all of these will be filed in the auditor's office. You can look at these whenever you feel the need. Sarah will be more than glad to help you. Can I have a motion to approve?
Just received.
We don't care.
If I could add on those fees, Mary Bike, who's the civil clerk in our office, has just done an amazing job on just all civil papers, processing, garnishments. We've seen those fees go down quite a bit over the last 6 to 8 years as basically law firms that are in the bigger cities, Des Moines and Cedar Rapids, they use Polk County and Lynn County. And unfortunately, we haven't seen all those fees and those paper services. But based on, I think, the service that we're able to offer and what Mary's put together, we've seen those fees come back up significantly. So our annual revenue budget is $60,000, and that 1 month she exceeded $10,000. So we're happy to see those numbers start to climb. And also the room and board, she works pretty hard on recovering all the fees there that she can as part of that revenue. Just does a really good job for us.
How much room and board doesn't get collected?
Probably 80%. It's not a high success rate. A lot of times it's just the inability to pay. If you have the people there that are there the longest are more than likely awaiting to go somewhere to serve longer terms. They don't have the ability to work and raise money. The courts can waive that and often do. A lot of it's just, there's a lot of fees there that we have not been able to collect over the years. That the number is pretty astronomical if you sat down and looked at it historically. But it's just, there's just an inability to collect all those fees.
You know, for them juveniles down there, that's $4,800 a week. For them, you said 338 days, one was there,
He's 388.
388.
So our daily rate is $50 at our correctional center, and we don't come close to collecting all that.
You can't collect the juvenile. Can you?
I know one of the big factors is when they changed the law a couple of years ago, where we can no longer collect jail fees as restitution. And then they changed all the court costs, and they changed everything to make it more equitable for defendants who do not have significant financial needs independently.
It's essentially a civil action now where we have to file a claim, and we can do it through a garnishment or through other means. But it used to be that we could restrict their ability to register a vehicle, retrieve the money when they file state and federal taxes, those kind of things. We still have some of those abilities, but we're much more limited. It's just what we're able to do through that civil action.
Every crime committed, there's many facets to it, and it's.
There is a bill that made it out of funnel that may correct some of that. We're hopeful. We'll see.
Really?
When you send us the email, send us the bill number. I'd be happy to lobby
For sure.
for it.
Yes, he will. He's working on something right now in his head. All right, now we have minutes for regular meeting on February 28th, 2023. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Moved in second. Sarah Ray.
Jim Carrey,
Yes.
Tom Broker.
Yes.
Shane McCampbell.
Yes. Brings us to other business. Any other business?
I have none.
Future agenda items.
think next week, don't we have a work station with,
Yes.
regional planning on wind and solar?
Wind and solar, and then we also need to put a work session on for that, tower they wanna put on there, well, the box, I guess it's a box, for the Wi-Fi, that I sent you guys an
For
email.
the roof of the,
Yeah. He said he would come in and do a presentation,
How long would that take?
he said it wouldn't take all that long. He has to have the money spent by the end of May, so he said the sooner we can get it done, the better.
And I've got you on the 28th. Remind you to stake my claim.
No, I'm just wondering if it was short enough we could put it before wind is over. But
No, I
I don't see why we
just saying,
couldn't,
look at
considering
mine.
it's the same area, coming from the same,
I'm good either way, so.
you guys are good with it, I'm good with it.
Next week, yeah.
put it first.
Okay.
Jared won't mind waiting for work session.
He lives for that kind of stuff. All right.
He'll be right there for public comment.
We know that we can count on you, Jared. Committee reports, James,
I didn't have any.
Thomas?
Emergency Management Commission had a planning session for one of their support functions regarding economic recovery. As if the scenario, and I didn't even mention it, is for a devastating, a ratio or something like that. It can take up to years, you've got businesses put out, people out of work, you've got buildings destroyed, you've lost transportation systems. Where do you start? How long does it go on? Who's involved? So it's something you want to think about, but you don't ever want to see. That's all I had.
I had an IWD meeting and I was going over, changing over our pants and some things that we've got to do for the new CEOs. It wasn't anything really to report. And then the other one was Conservation Board, and it was a good meeting. I don't know if there's anything you want to say about the board meeting, but
We just, is in my report, the field tour later this month. So you're all invited to do it. They'll be fairly short. We're just gonna look at the work we're doing up at Big Hollow.
all right. Public input. You can call us right now, or you can leave us an email. We'd like to hear from you. You can leave an email at board@dmcounty.com, or you can call us right now at 319-753-8203, extension 4. We would love to hear from you on a public comment. Again, you can email us at board@dmcounty.com, or you can call right now at 319-753-8203, extension 4. James would love to hear from you. We'll start the 2 minutes now, and say something interesting, Thomas. You know how you
Hey,
do.
this is Rodney. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Sorry about that, having some technical difficulties amongst everything else, so apologize for that, but, sorry couldn't be there, under the weather, kind of the whole department is. So appreciate everybody's, patience, with us this week. Really gotta thank Brian for stepping in and helping with our bid opening, and Sarah, thank you guys, appreciate that. Appreciate the whole Moines County team for helping out during this period, so thank all you guys, appreciate it. If anybody needs anything, I'll still be available by email or phone, just give me a call, and we'll do what we can to help out. Thanks.
Hey, Rodney? Rod,
Yes, sir.
you know, when you sent me that, message, check that email, I thought you would send me my picture again.
No.
You got a picture of me falling down on these front steps.
Anything from the table? We still have about a minute left.
Sure. Why do you two have brass name holders and he doesn't have?
James, do you care to speak on that?
Yeah,
I guess I didn't know.
Only immediate manager knows that.
Well, the reason that is, They didn't have a brass one when I got elected. And they said, we'll get you one. I said, this one here is just fine. It's gonna cost the county some money. And I'm trying to save money for the county.
That is a fantastic answer, James. This guy wouldn't even have the county spend $3 for some brass or whatever that is, fake stuff. But
Plastic.
Well, it's recyclable.
it is recyclable, that it is. We're about down to those 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So, again, I don't want to discourage anybody, you can always send us an email, or you can call and talk to us live at this number, we'll still continue to do that. We're at the end of the meeting, so with the 9, we're adjourned.
Aye.
Aye. All right, thank you, this meeting is adjourned. We'll take a couple of minutes and we'll be right back with, Colin. Yes, sir.
I see that.
No, they don't.
Kevin?
Looking it over.